first. My name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Crystal Edge Technology Screens, or FLEVT company. We're doing a stress test. That's not even a test. It's just a stress the screen to see exactly how much light it can basically take in. Because we have to have this in a showroom. Now I know showroom environments are not this bright. They never are. It's pretty much in their environment. It's basically controlled to keep the screen looking good and to try to give off the illusion that the screen is basically producing an image in a fully lit environment, where we actually put actual light on the screen to see how much the screen can take in. Had the door open to get some air in here. I like to get fresh air pushing in and out. Make sure my backdrop lights are reflecting off the white surface, because that's what we need. I'm literally going to have to hold the camera because it's going to have a difficult time trying to pick up in here, because I put in the extra floods. I want to see what we're going to get here. Let me see. So these are what you call, this is what a real stress test for screen paint. To see exactly how much this thing can absorb. You know, the everyday environment, it's not going to be using 2,000. These lights are 1,000 watts each. These are high performance LED lights. They're not the kind you screw in. These are actually floods. So to see how much the screen can actually take in. Now, in a booth, you don't come anywhere near anything like this at all whatsoever. Commercial environments, you don't come near this much light at the end of the day. So the FLs, the ones that we design that can absorb sunlight, are completely different, because they're called HRs, because they're designed to absorb light. They're different. These, on the other hand, are not. These are front projection only. So the fact that they can absorb this much light, and especially this screen is not even black. Blacker screens have a better ability to absorb. But the fact that we have a screen here that's not even black, and I'll show you the colors. This is the color we're using right here. That's black. As you can see, they're not the same. And that's one of the ones we had that were great. It was doing the shifting on camera. So, FLEs can absorb tons of light. And again, no 5,000 lumen projectors are required. No ultra short throw sitting right up on top of the screen. As I told you, I consider an ultra short throw projector a cheap projector, because you're really sitting, there's no distance there whatsoever. And we still have garage lights on, and this has the power from here to here. Mind you, the lights we have over here are actually much more powerful than the garage lights. That's why I bought them. Even the camera, I had to hold the camera because the camera's having a difficult time trying to pick up in here, because we have a lot of light. But this is the kind of stress test that you have to put screens in. And I said before many times, people put screens on the floor. People have lights all the way up in the ceiling going, oh, the light, no, the light's not making any contact with that screen. You have to have physical light making contact with the screen at all times. It's very important. Now, if we put a halo system around the screen, just like this thing right here, where the halo system is attached to the screen, not sitting off at a distance somewhere, it'll be able to absorb it with no problem. This gives us an idea of what we're going to be working with. And so when I build my system for my showroom display, I want something that's going to have much more light. It's not going to have this much light. We're just going to see exactly. These lights hurt. If you look underneath, they hurt. But it's not going to have this light, but it's going to be brighter than everybody else's. And that's what I want. I want my booth to stand out. All right. So let's put it back to basics. That's why I want to do the halo light, because the halo system, this was just for the time being. Matter of fact, that light was designed for the 40 inches, because my 40 inches I want to have a little light display that shows off when I do my test demonstrations all around no, not Amazon, all around Allentown. But the one that's going for this literally wraps around the entire screen. But just a real lesson for some people, a D5K can have lamps sitting right against the screen with no shade. So if you're going to be doing a halo system, make sure it's attached to the screen and not sitting where the projector's sitting. Gee whiz Louise. All right. We had this one on before. Which one are we going to use? I'm going to take this one out. There we go. Now we have partial light. We got another one coming for the middle pretty soon, and I want a switchboard so I can change them back and forth so I can see where our light comes in. Yeah, but next time, and I mean for anybody, if you're going to mimic my stuff, you're going to put a halo system up there, don't have it sitting away from the screen. Stick it directly on the screen. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. You're going to do it right, please. All right, let's disconnect from here. The door in direct contact. This doesn't mean anything. It's regular outside light. It's not going to affect it in any way whatsoever. I'm going to bring this one a little over, so that way this is more over to the screen, and the door basically lays flat, because I need for the light. The light's ricocheting. It's not hitting the screen. It's coming this way, and that's not good. All right, we got to change that. Let me go get my tools. And that's not laying flat. I need the door to lay completely flat. That's one of the things I've seen too in demonstrations, and I talk about a lot, that when people do door demonstrations where they open up doors, screens are supposed to be in a direct line of the door. The screen's not supposed to be halfway across the room and going, look at the door. It's not going to work that way, because I can look up at the ceiling. The ceiling tells me everything. So when I look up at the ceiling, it literally tells me how far that light is traveling to where the screen is sitting. That's why if you do a demonstration involving doors, it's right in the middle where the door is at. There's a guy on YouTube that does those demonstrations all the time, and his screen was literally sitting in the line of the door, which means he opened it up. Any outside light would make contact directly with the screen. When I did the demonstration, I stuck the screen in the right where the door is at. That's how door demonstrations are done. So if you have a screen here, right, and say you have a business, and they have a screen here, and the door's right there for the business. People are going to be opening up that door. They're going to be holding it open, whatever. It's going to be open. And you have to be to make sure it's going to be direct line with the screen. Because you don't want to walk into an environment and go, well, we got a door here. We can't put the screen there. What if there's no other place to put it but where the door is at? There you go. That's why you have to do those tests. So when you open up a door, your screen can't be in the other section. You have to be in direct line with the door in order to prove that theory. Okay, let me see. Ah! Really? Is it laying there? Is it actually laying there? Where are you? Alright, it happens. I gotta bind it a little better. Let's see. That's not direct contact with the door. That's going to disconnect. Maybe I should touch it and did not get electrocuted. I should have been electrocuted, I don't know. You have to make sure you get the liquid on your hand before we do this. There we go. Now the door lays flat. contact with the screen. Now, in the demonstration I saw when someone was claiming to have FLE technology, that shade or that light you have tucked away in that little corner back there, I used to have those back in the day. Those shades come off. So how about you do me one favor, take the shade off and scoot that thing right next to the screen, and then go pick you up stuff up 2 more of those and put 1 in the center, 1 on each side, and then take the shade off and do the demonstration. Let the projector push through it. Because we've done demonstrations, we've had lights right in the center of screens and had projectors pushing right through them. That's where we started. The bar light, and that's the sunbather. We took a projector and sat it outside on a ledge, let the sun hit it at 1,000 lumens, and let it destroy the lumen count before it traveled 13 feet, 1,000 watt light, and hit the screen. That's the stuff you got to do if you're going to prove your stuff works. Or, as I said before, companies research you. And if you don't do it right, guess what happens? You don't get contracts. We got one last night. They research you. They do their tests too. They do their tests just like you. Yes, they do. Alright, let me see. This here. So he's the one that's doing some of the crazy stress tests. Let me put the screen through. Just to make sure that's going to do what it's supposed to be. Not want to be in an environment where I have to worry about, I don't even want the thought in my head that I have to turn off something so the screen will work. I need to know how much that screen can absorb. Now mind you, what's hitting the screen right now is the basic garage light. That's it. That's really just hitting the screen. It's a basic garage light. And the basic garage light I have in here washes out screens. So we have to introduce more light into the environment in order to get it the way we need it. Like that stuff, those giant floods, we have to put those in. So I know when I go into a showroom, we're not going to get anything like that. They're going to use, usually what most people do when they go in showrooms or expos, they use the lighting they have in the environment. That's what they use. We don't do that. We bring our own. Because your lights aren't bright enough for us. Alright, let me see. So I'll connect it here. So, I'm designing this new frame, and I haven't got a name for it yet. But it has about 4 of those halo lights wrapped all the way around in it. And we tuck the screen way down deep, and you have to look into a tunnel of high-powered halo systems in order to get to the screen. That's what I'm designing next. That's for that new technology. I can forget the name of it. But that's what that's designed for, because they absorb 10 times more than what this can do, easily. Yep. So there'll be no lamps and all that stuff. That pretty much eliminates everything. I'm having a conversation with somebody in the forum site right now. We showed off the Batman and then the gray screen, and it's a shame. People are so involved with white screens that they really don't know contrast when they see it. They can't recognize it. She said, "Well, the detail in the screen is more on the white screen." It's a shame. But you know, that's the way people are. I don't bother those conversations. I do give them some education on it all. Send over some more demonstrations, more detail. Hopefully I can help them. Other than that, yeah, I just ask them a basic reality question like, can you show me a picture of your screen? Send them over the link. A store field and a fully lit environment. And that pretty much wakes it up. Yeah, this is what I need to do. I need to tackle these 2 together here. That'll keep that from falling over until we get the ring system put in. But yeah, that's what I do. So, you got to educate them. So that's what I did. I sent over a clip, a link to the star field. I said, do me a favor, turn all your lights on, because that's a 179-inch screen on the wall with the Batman display on the other side washed out. I want you to take the star field and I want you to produce the same image that the black technology is doing in the demonstration and send that picture back to me on the form. And when she sent it back, the screen was completely gone. It wasn't even there at all, period. That's because you've been spending all this time in the dark. You know, you didn't really look at the demonstration. The screen's 170 inches. It's huge. And it's sitting in a fully lit environment, which your setup can't do. And what projector you had? She had an extremely very expensive projector. Way more expensive than mine. There you go. That's what I do. I send over those links to Starfield. Ain't no more of a bigger wake-up call than that. You've been sitting in the dark all that time. Guess what? You'll find out. You'll figure it out. You can't operate. They don't have the key feature that's needed in home theater projection, which is ambient light rejection technology. You need it. It's a must. If anyone's telling you, at the end of the day, they don't require it. Sorry, the cable's want to be a little feisty with me right here. Trying to get all this in here. I want to be feisty with me. If anyone tells you at the end of the day that they don't require ambient light rejection, they lie to you. All of it has it. Diamond, Elite screens, DMP Supernova, all the big certified screens, they all have it. Vivid Storm, all of them have it. So if anyone tells you they don't require it and their product works without it, well then you should be doing demonstrations in extremely fluid environments. You should be proving that theory that you don't need it. But all I see is demonstrations in dark constantly all the time, which actually proves the theory doesn't work. That they have to have ambient light rejection technology. It's required. A company won't buy you, won't touch you if you're not ambient light rejection, because their stuff is. Company will not touch you if you make the statement that my stuff is not ambient light rejection, because you know why? Their screens are ambient light rejection. They're going to say to you, well, if your stuff's not ambient light rejection, why is it not ambient light rejection? Ours is. You say, well, I don't require, I don't need it. Well, you show me some demonstrations. I want to see some stuff in a fully lit environment. I want to see contrast levels, especially because your screen can't produce it, and prove the theory to me. There you go. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. They want that proof. Now, I'm trying to see where we have to stand because the lights are basically beating the crap out of my camera. Where we have to pick up because my camera is having a rough time. These, hope you like this. Those are how bright those are. Oh, I just messed my camera big. I think it adjusted my camera. I think it literally adjusted the light on the focus on my camera. Yeah, that's how these are. These are LED floods. Those things hurt. I mean, they hurt. You stare at one of them, they hurt. That's 1,000 watts of power making contact with my screen. I think I just adjusted the camera by hitting it with one of the floods. Wait, you need to get full screen for this bird. Full screen. There we go. And let's get the chair out of the way. That'd be nice. Get our door pushed back. Give me some weight against that door. The door's gonna tick me off. I'm gonna have to adjust and move the screen over for the door. Yeah, this is what you have to put your screen through. Now, if you baby it, which we watch people do in demonstrations, If you baby it, you will suffer for it. That's why I said demonstration involving the little light you have in the background, that whatever that setup is supposed to be, you need to have that right near the screen. It nearly needs to be. I can literally show you a video of the same lights I used to have back in the day, where I had the shades off and I had it sitting right next to the screen. This thing, your lights are too far away from your screen to be claiming to have an FLE technology. Cameras are still having issues. That literally resets the lights because I have a hard time adjusting. Okay. See if it does it again. Never give it up, give it up, never give it up. Alright. Let's see, adjustment 1, 2, 3. So, as I explained before, that the power that goes into the new black technology we're working on requires more light. That's why we're getting ready for that. But I'm curious to see how much this one's going to be able to absorb. So the camera's having a hard time fluctuating with this. I don't even know where to put it at. What kind of cameras are we going to need now? Because the cell phones are having issues with this thing. Too much light in the environment. Quasar. I forget my own technology sometimes, I swear. Quasars require more light. So Quasar requires 3 of these and a complete halo system. Because they're black, they are expected to absorb a lot of light. That's what they're expected to do. So we have to bring in more light for those things. Camera's going to have a really rough time. You know how hard it is to record in direct sunlight? It's extremely hard. I'm surprised we were able to get those shots. It's very hard to do it. Camera has a really hard time trying to adjust to that much light out there. Is that my fan in the background making that freaking crazy noise? Adjust it. There we go. See, these lights are not the screw-ins. So last time we had the screw-ins, these are high performance LEDs. And they hurt, they do. I'm from over here and they're hurting my eyes. Maybe I'm getting headaches out of this. We need to work today. Which I'm quite shocked because I've been up on top of a screen and I haven't had any migraines in the last couple of days, which is good. TCL 4K demonstration. Alright, let's see. We want to be batty today. Come on. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Reset. There we go. Where in the world? Let me put this up here real quick. I got work I'm trying to do behind me at the same time. TCL demo 4K. How are we not hearing this? Literally, seriously. I'm right next to the microphone. So if you know, the screen can basically take in this much light, Showroom, it's not going to be a problem because showroom lights sit 21 feet in the air. That's why I say if your screen's plagued at lights at 21 feet in the air, you're going to have a very difficult time working with lights right on top of the screen. Now, what am I looking for when I look at the screen? Tannish. That's what I'm hunting for. Any form of tannish kind of display coming up on the screen. We know the screen's going to have a hard time picking up. We already know that from the door. There's the 2,000 watts of light landing on the screen and an open door with a bar light underneath of it. We know that. This is way beyond. We're looking for any form of tannish around the screen. Because that means if we get that effect, that it's going to be a problem if we fire off a contrast level. And we'll show you a demonstration. And mind you, it's not a black screen. If it was black, not a problem. It's Infinity 1 can pick up. Now, let me see. Where's the sticker there? Do we not put? This is why you go up the organizer to find stuff. That does not need to be there. It's a white screen. All right, so this is your typical white screen. That's somebody in the room talking about, oh, that's a white sheet of paper. I've done that test, certified white screen. Now it's a typical white screen. Let's just take out the lights one by one and see if it still reads. A bit of a shocker for you. Put a basic color in, just red. Show you how badly they operate. If she's listening. Red screen. I'm out to disconnect her, put it back in. She's not paying attention. Alright, not a problem. Let me see if for a minute. Are you even on? Oh, she wasn't on. I forgot. Yeah, for the bowling heads. Yeah, she's not on. That's not her fault. Alright, we'll do it by this way. I'll fix her and see what's going on with her. Red screen. Let's show you how important gray screens are just worse. So if you remember, for those of you who have gray screens, this technology is designed to turn your gray screen yellow or a tannish look to it. And I'll show you that too also. So as you can see, technology is still generating a red level. White surface can't pick it up. Alright, let's slowly change the environment because people think that if I'm in the dark then it's going to pick up better. Alright, I'll show you where it's not going to work. So, we'll shut the door first. Door shut. Alright. White screen improve yet? Nope, no improvement yet, right? Okay, let's take out this light. Okay, white screen improved yet? Showing any reds yet? Still not working, right? Alright, let's take out this light right here too. Any improvement yet on the white surface? Nothing. We're getting darker in here. See, this is what happens to your living room when you use screens that don't have ambient light rejection technology. You're literally going to have to darken the environment and it still doesn't work. Alright, take out the bar lights now. Oh gee, we're going to darken the windows now. I'm literally doing what people usually have to do when they have white screens. Alright, let's get something because we got to block the window because there's light coming through the window. That could very well be affecting the white screen, so we got to block the windows now. Welcome to the dark. Go. This is usually typical what people go through when they have white screens. So, let's get something to block the window. See? I gotta block all that now. Yeah. Now, what also too I find interesting about the demonstration involving the FLE, the media room that you're sitting in has about 1, 2, 3 windows on one side, and it has, I think, yeah, about four or 5 windows in that media room. And if you're going to show off an FLE, FLE can absorb window light easily. So you should have had that screen pushed right in the center of the room, had it lifted somewhere between about 9 feet in the air, so that way it makes contact with the lights overhead, and should have had another demonstration with the screen brought down low and mid contact with all the windows in the environment. And then the light you have in the background, there should not have been a shade on it. Again, you need 3 of those, put one on each side and one in the middle. That's an FLE. What you just did was, I don't know what the freak that was. All right, windows blocked. See? So that's what people do. Now, white screen is still not showing red, right? All right, maybe it's the overhead light. Let's take out the overhead light. See if that helps. White screen still not showing the color red. You know what the next stage is, right? Complete darkness. Let's see if the white screen can see if we turn on all our lights. No, at all. So, you go out and buy yourself a nice high-powered projector, because you figure the next stage is, let's go spend the money. Check our LED lights out too over here. Let's go spend the money. Let's go out and buy a high-powered projector. I had to do this demonstration in the forum site today. And we can get all those bells and whistles to transfer to the white screen. Not going to happen. If you have a white screen, even a gray screen, you're not reading. And the black screens, well, they do far more damage to white and gray screens, even certifies. And this is the dark silver. Yeah. So the white surface doesn't have ambient light projection anyway whatsoever. Let's try this again. Let's do, all right, microphone sequence was. We're supposed to be blue. Got the fiction later on. That's the basic garage lights, just came on. There you go. Now let's show you what happens to a gray screen that lays against this. Now, if anyone claiming to have FLE technology, you should be able to do this. Any gray screen that lays against your screen, you have one of these dark silvers, you should be able to turn any gray surface into yellow. This right here is 2 scoops of white paint into black paint. Yeah, it's your product right here. This is what this is. Can't sit there and get mad about it. You put it out there for free for everybody to make it. Why would I buy it if I can make it? I told you at the end of the day, I'm not paying for that stuff. No point. You can make it. Everybody's making it. Everybody's making it. I've seen people showing the video on forum sites. They're making it. Everybody's making it. So why would I pay for something I can make? And you want to test it against the rest of your products, that's what they did. That's what I saw on the forum sites. On the forum sites where they do gray screen paints, that's in there. Those videos are in there showing people how to make it. And they're putting it against other products, their own products, and yeah, they're testing it. And they're using it. That's what they're doing. That's why I deleted the video. The video right now it's found because we put the video out there because he was ripping off his customers and he was trying to sell them the paint. We had the videos of that too, showing the eBay account of him basically trying to sell a free product to his customers. And I got wise to that. And they started taking the product and they started putting it against house paint. They did tests that we didn't even do yet. So how do you claim to have our technology? Oops. I just left the scene like, oh, I'm going. No, we need you to stay there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How do you have our technology? Gray screens don't match this. So how do you have ours? And we don't have any lights on in here. We're just using basic, just the garage lights. That's all we're using. Let's get you up close for this one. I want you to see what happens to a gray screen that leans against a real 100% dark star, sorry, not dark star, or dark silver, because gray screens can't register on this screen. They turn yellow. It's one of the signatures that we put into the screen because we knew people were going to come behind us and say that they have it. So we put a little signature in there. Oh, I forgot. She's her microphone is. Let me see if I plug her and put it back in. Oh, so I don't know why it sticks against the screen. The screen has an issue where things will not stick against it. And I unplug her. If I unplugged her, it'd be impossible for her to operate. So let's. She's getting into business. Wait a minute, people. Let me see why my microphone over here is giving me issues. She's refusing to work for me. Okay. "4K Snow Screensaver." That's weird. She's on, but she's not functioning at all. "4K Snow Screensaver." I'm gonna have to check her firmware or drivers while they're acting up like this. 4K Snow, forget it. I gotta fix it. It's something I gotta fix. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I gotta fix it. Might have happened when the bone head's disconnected. 4K Snow. There we go. Perfect. That's an easy way of putting it in. Now, let's get you back up here and stop running. Do you see that? Put that special signature into the screen. So, that's so because we knew people were going to come behind us and say, hey, we had the same thing he has. No, you don't. Because that technology can turn any gray screen yellow. That's how we know you don't have it. That's the reason why I don't put these things out right away. I sit back and watch you hang yourself. Then you come back in later on after you've done all your videos and talked all your trash and go, oh, did you know this screen basically turns any gray screen yellow? Yeah, there you go. It can mimic a contrast level that can overpower a certified. It has the ability to be able to produce better colors and better contrast in a gray screen. And when it comes to the white level being far darker than the gray screen, it can turn it yellow. Ah! Ha, ha, ha. There you go. So you say you have an FLE? Really? No, you don't. You don't have an FLE. You don't have a dark silver. Now see how the white surface can't make it unwatchable. It doesn't make it too dark. Just watching the white surface pulls a high white level, and the gray screen turns yellow. I kind of like to combine two demonstrations at the same time. You know what I mean? We do when we show basically. Cause I like to put those little surprises in those little curves when I do demonstrations. It hooks the audience. So basically showing you that your white screen at the end of the day doesn't really operate at all. You block the windows, turn out the lights, it still won't work at all, period. And if I put on just a little bit of light, it basically fades out. But also to show people who claim to have an FLE dark silver that you don't have it because it has a trade in it. And the trade we put in it to separate it from other screens is if you put a gray screen against it, it turns it yellow. Which means when we developed it, we designed it only to take out your whatever products that you have at the end of the day. But we also designed it so that if we designed to stick it or put it against your other products, we could turn them into a brown paper bag. Which means this product right here can obsolete your entire product line. That's what we designed it to do. But we left out some key features of it, like how much light they can absorb. They can pick up on 50 lumens. They can operate in fully lit environments. They can take out certified screens. And one of the key features, it turns gray screens, turns them brown. So, what FLE dark silver do you guys have? Because mine does this. Okay, just want to put that out there real quick. Yeah. So if you put this screen against your Cinemax, it would have turned it brown if you had the real one. So, again, you don't have it at all. Of course you don't have it. You couldn't make the black paint. We gave you permission to make it, and you still couldn't make it. So we know you can't make paint. Yeah, that's the trait it has in it. All the technology we design has these interesting little traits in them. So that way, if we ever get into a complication, like say if we're with a company right now, and the company goes in, and they copy our labels, and they say that, hey, look, we got about 80 gallons of this stuff damaging, they got damage in shipping, and we need a reimbursement. And we're looking through our paper, like, why don't we ever send this out in the day? But still, I got to go and investigate whatever's down there. So what I'm going to do is, they can copy the color, because people copy colors all the time, and copy the color and look at it, and I'll take a gray surface and stick it against it, and if that screen doesn't turn into that, we know automatically from the door. And that's a breach of contract. It's an automatic lawsuit. Not stupid. Been in the business for a long time. They just figure that the biggest mistake they make, they think all gray screens or whatever, I guess for our technology is all the same. That's why the black technology we have doesn't register under any black surface. Paints, none of that stuff. It won't register. It comes up dark. That's why we can draw into the screen with it, because the heightener technology is different from any black paint or whatever you use in the day. That's to protect the company. Number one, it protects us against fraud. But if a company decides to do what I said they do and fill it nothing but black paint, say, hey, you won't know the difference. What's the difference? This stuff looks like black paint. You know, we can just basically just get over. You can't, because that stuff doesn't read next to everyday black paint. Black paint turns dark. This screen generates a higher white level, and therefore, you got busted. Breach of contract. And a breach of contract can lead into somewhere between $2-3 million penalties, because you committed fraud and jail time. This is company against company. So that's why when we do business with companies, this is the stuff they request. So if I'm doing an honest company, this is what they're going to request. And we can come and ensure them, like, look, you know, you're not going to lose any money. No one's going to come into a showroom with a can of black paint and say, hey, I can do the same thing, and you're going to lose your money. We did all the testing. That's why you have to do the testing. Can't cut corners. Now I put the white surface up there to show you the difference. See the white surface is coming off the white screen. See our technology. See the gray screen. There you go. There you go. And our screens are equipped with contrast shifting capabilities, which means they can pull up darker levels. Or your product can't do it. We don't even have the overheads on. All right, well, just want to share that real quick in there. So you guys claim to have FLE products again? Partey, we saw on your site you claim to have this technology right here, the dark silver. Well, I'm interested in seeing your demonstrations. And mind you, when you show up the cardboard, so everybody can see it, so they can see that it's actually gray and not yellow, because we know those tricks too. What they'll do is they'll have a yellow surface up there. They won't show you what it looks like, so automatically it transfers to yellow. No, you have to show it. They're gray. See? There you go. Don't cheat. We know all the tricks. I've seen them all. All right, let me go back to my light demonstration. Hey, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation. See? And I know all the tricks. So, you show the surface off. Make sure the surface is gray, because people, they will use a brown surface or a yellow surface to try to do the same effect. Gentlemen, you have to understand the corners that you're cutting are going to affect you with big companies. If a company flies you down to a facility and you have to do that demonstration right in front of them, how is that going to work? You can't cheat, you can't cut corners, you can't do anything. When you're in an expo, you can't cheat. You're right there in front of all these people watching you. When you're on site, same scenario. How are you going to do this? You can't edit film, you can't walk off, you can't do any of that. You're right there. So what's going to happen out there is going to happen out there. So you better back your stuff. That's why the same stuff you just saw me do on camera, I can do this anywhere. Anywhere. That's why I do them live. It's funner. All right, first screen doesn't require all this nonsense. Let's get this out of the way. Basic dark environment. And can't get the gray screen to read a contrast level or the white screen. That's just sad. Let me see something a minute. Hey, I'm on vacation. Every single day, I'm on my occupation. There we go. Now, I've seen the color of the screens claim to be FLE. They're light gray. They're this color. Your color is this color. That's the color of your screen, right there. That's what you think it is, right? Because the floor, that's the first one. We can upgrade. That is the second upgrade, right there. See? Is it black? Let's see. You got to help them out because they're colorblind. No, not black. There you go. So what do you have? That's what I'm curious to know. What do you have? Because what I saw in the demonstrations was a gray screen. So what do you have? Because that's not an FLE dark silver. Interesting, isn't it? Look at them. They're getting bitter and upset. Like, oh, I hate this guy. Oh, that's your problem. No one told you to get on camera and do dumb stuff, by the way. You did dumb stuff. That's your fault. Stay in your backyard. Oh, my goodness. The screen was great. I saw when the lights came on, follow me, and brought the screen. I was like, that screen's great. It's the same color as this. Literally. So what do you guys have? Gentlemen, do I need to launch this screen to you? Do I need to send this screen after your products? Do we? The screen produces a better contrast than that Series C dark nonsense. At the end of the day, it actually produces dark levels. You couldn't even beat a gray surface with that stuff, and we could do that easily. So do I need to launch this towards you? Because any gray screen you have, it will turn it to a paper bag. And any so-called clean dark screens you have, you can't even pick up contrast levels correctly. Gee whiz Louise. I don't even have to stick my big boy screen on you. I'll let my lightweight screen do the job. They don't have anything. Why do you even try? Why? Why do you even try? Oh, no, they do try. It reminded me of, what movie was that? I forgot it was. It was with Burt Reynolds. It was an assassin. And he was hanging off a balcony. And he said to me, he said, hey, maybe if you push off hard enough, you might hit the pool. He didn't hit the pool. He was so far from it. It was something funny. But you guys are like that. You just try. And you figure if you push up hard enough, you're going to hit the pool. But you never do. You never even make it to the pool. You hit the patio furniture, the wet bar. Not in the pool, actually. The wet bar is somewhere else on the other side. You don't make it anywhere near. Not even close. No matter how hard you push off, you still never make it. Oh, man, y'all want to be me so bad. Y'all can't be me. The beautiful thing about this, what I like about this the most, is watching you try. So when we watch people try to make our stuff, it's hilarious because they go all in on it and they don't realize that we don't show them everything that the technology can do. And they're sitting there like, oh. And now you got to do that because people are going to request you. There's a nice sharpener in this blade? I didn't know that. What the freak? I just saw this in the corner of my eye. It's a freaking nice sharpener. I had no idea it was a nice sharpener, I think. It's my utility, not used for work. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, people are going to request you to do those tests now. You don't test your stuff, so good luck on that. But no, we're flattered that people try to copy and want to be us. At the end of the day, I'm very flattered by it. But it just shows you that people copy the best. They don't copy failures. They copy the best. That's what they do. That's why we're considered number one. And let me see. Where's spotty at? Let me spotty. Let's see how much that's looking. That's pretty cool. I'll be right this right at the top. Oh man, don't look up at the lights. It's like the equivalent of looking into a 10,000 lumen projector. That crap freaking hurts. Most I've done is 65. 65 is painful. I've done 65. So not only you can't read your gray paints, can't read the contrast, they can't read the white levels either. They won't pick up. Alright, so let me see. I wonder what the certifies to go through. Man, I get used to that. That's painful. See, every time a white level comes up, gray screen turns yellow. Every single time it comes up, it'll turn yellow. It can't read the contrast. It doesn't even read the white levels correctly on our technology. And the white surface can't read. It can read the white levels, but it can't read color and contrast. It won't read it. Now, next time you get on camera and you say something has a yellowish tone, I'll show you what a yellowish tone actually looks like. Because people can see it. That yellowish tone will pop up on everything. It'll pop. Not only will it react to white level, it'll react to color too. Because I told you when it comes down to having perfect color balance, a white level is required. So is a 100% black level. But this technology has a shifting technology that mimics it. Pretty sick, ain't it? See, I'm turning yellow all the time. Yeah, that's what a yellowish tone actually looks like if a screen is producing it. What your screen produced was no yellowish tone. You actually matched the house paint. This is what you would have been reading. So as you can see, our contrast shifting technology is no joke. All right, undercutter right there. We wanted to see how much light the screen's going to absorb, which is actually pretty good, because this is going to be fantastic when we do the showroom. We won't be using this kind of power, but I'm going to say exactly how much punishment we can push in. The average commercial environment, and I've been in one already, walked around and got a chance to test an ultra short to long term. It doesn't even have anywhere near this kind of light. Usually you'll see this kind of light they're working in construction and stuff like that, but nothing like that. Mostly it'll be something like this we'll be dealing with right there. So, that being said, I want to come back and I want to do a demonstration on the yellowish tone and what to look for on a real yellowish tone, not someone actually matching house paint. All right, gotta go. Thank you for your time and God bless.